Hello guys, in this video I would like to introduce you American Tower Corporation. This is a REIT company. Chuck Akra, he's holding this company. In his portfolio is more than 10% of American Tower. Charles Akra is an American investor, financier, and businessman. He is one of the board of director Enstar Group Ltd, a Bermuda run of reinsurance company. He is also the founder, chairman, and chief investment officer of Akra Capital Management. FBR focuses on other funds. Akra Capital Management is based on Middleburg, Virginia. A good investment are businesses that possess four characteristic good managers with demonstrated track records, significant and durable competitive advantages, long-term growth, reinvestment opportunities, attractive purchase price relative to the cash flow generated by the company. So Chuck Akra is a great investor, and as you can see, one of his major holding is American Tower, and he's still buying in uh, in 2020 December. This is the latest 13F report. So you can see he has other holdings like Mastercard, Moody's, Visa, but American Corporation is a major holding of his portfolio, and I think it is worth to take a look on this company. Let's see about the company. The company overview. American Tower is a leading independent owner and operator of telecommunication real estate, and 99% of revenue is generated from leasing or properties as well as fiber and other urban telecommunication assets in some of our internal markets to our tenants. We provide real estate necessary for today's wireless communication networks. So this operated by American Tower, the tower structure constructed of galvanized steel with the capacity for multiple tenants, and also the land, the parcel owned or operated pursuant to long-term leases and operated by tenant, the antenna equipment including microwave equipment, tenant shelter containing base station equipment, and HAVOC, which tenants own, operate, and maintain. Coaxial cable. So this presentation is coming from the American Tower presentation. So I use the slides from that presentation, and you can see American Tower owns, as I described, owns the tower and owns the land. And in one tower you can have several tenants. It's a global scale leverage global demand, so the company is present in several countries, mainly in the US, North and South, and also in Africa in several countries, and in Europe, France, Germany, Poland, and a major presence in India. And the company is keep growing. You can see the revenue growth tower leasing. You can have a one tenant approach, two tenant, or three tenant, or even multiple tenant approach. So this is a great business. You have to have the land and the tower, and basically, as I mentioned, this is a REIT company, so a real estate investment trust. So sample tower economics. So you can see one tenant, two tenants, three tenants, and with the tenants, of course, the revenue is growing, but the operating expenses and just slightly growing, and the gross margin is getting higher and higher. So with three tenants, already 83% gross margin, which is a great rate, and the return of investment is also growing with the number of tenants. So demand driver highlights, so growing wireless penetration, increased mobile data uses, and deployment of more antennas. You can see the mobile device penetration. So the overall growth rate is 8%. It's expected until 2025. So the growth rate is still 8% in the upcoming years for mobile device penetration. So average data usage per device, so it's significantly growing from the non-IoT. It's 28%, and for IoT it's 23%. So it's predicted to be growing in the upcoming 5 years. So of course, smartphone data is for common activities like Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Google Chrome, Netflix, Hulu, Pandora, and many things. So the data usage is growing. So everything is pointing to the trend that this company will grow in the future. US mobile data traffic grows, so it's 32% compounded annual growth rate is expected in the next 5 years. So this is a great number. And of course, mobile data grows, global smartphone data usage. You can see country by country. So United States 32%, Germany 27%, France 34%, India 13, Brazil 32, Mexico 34, and South Africa 24. So it's growing. It's definitely growing. So you can see some financial metrics. Also, property segment revenue is growing 16% compounded annual growth rate. This is great. EBITDA is also growing around 15%. And adjusted fund from operation, which is a great metric of REITs. So it's 15% growth rate, and also the return of investment capital is growing slightly. So expanding core platform to maximize future potential. So as I mentioned, all these slides are coming from the presentation of American Tower. Everyone can take a look on this presentation. So the future potential is new tenants on existing assets. So you can add more and more tenants to the towers, new tenants on new assets, existing tenants on existing assets, existing tenants on new assets. So these combinations. Some numbers from the company financials. You can see the EBITDA is growing, was growing in the next 10 years, significant growth. So from 1,000 almost 5,000. So this is a great growth rate. So also the ROIC is stable, so it's not really increasing, but it's stable. You can see also the EBITDA is, as I mentioned, it's growing, significant growth from 1,000 almost to 5,000, and the margin is also great. EBITDA margin is 63% currently. So these are great numbers. Consolidated AFFO is also growing, significant growth from 800 to 3,500. So this is tremendous growth, and as based on the numbers and based on the predictions, the company will grow in the future. So you can see the share price from the next in the last 5 years, the company's share price grew. So currently at 226, but 5 years ago was around 100. So the share price doubled, but the company also experienced significant growth and expected to grow. The company its forward dividend yield is more than 2%. So definitely the company is not cheap, but this is a quality company and it's a growing company. So the revenue is also, this is from Morningstar. You can see also from Morningstar's report, the revenue growth is tremendous in the last 10 years. Gross margin also, this Morningstar data shows the gross margin is 70%, which is amazing. Operating margin is 35%, and the company pays out most of the earning as right has to pay out most of the earnings as dividend. And the number of shares increased slightly, but not much dilution happened. So based on the numbers, this is a simple Excel file from Sven Kvarlin, but everyone can do this calculation. It's a simple Excel file. You can use some discount model and generate such Excel file. So I calculated with 4.3 dividend currently, and if it's increasing by 10% in the next 5 years and 5% in the 5 to 10 years, and the discount rate is 5%, terminal multiple is 35, then we are at the current share price. So the intrinsic value is around the current share price. But if the growth is elevated, 50% in next 5 years and 10% in the 5 to 10 years, and discount rate is 5% and terminal multiple is 44, the share price can double. And it's a very pessimistic view. Only 5% growth rate in the next 10 years, 5% discount rate, and only 15 multiple, and the share price can be the half of the today share price. With that scenario, if you add 50% probability to the normal case and 30% probability to the best case and worst case scenario 20%, you can have some margin of safety. This is around 40 US dollar. So maybe the share price is a little bit high, but you based on that calculation you might have some margin of safety, and the company is expected to grow in the future. It has a great business model. In one tower you can add several tenants, and globally company is expanding, and the trend in internet and 5G is helping this company to grow. And also a great investor, Chuck Akra, owns this company, and in his recent 30F filing, he reported he's still buying this company. I hope you enjoyed this video. I invested AMT, so American Tower, so I added a significant amount of my portfolio. So I think it's a great investment for the future. It's up to you to decide whether you invest in that company. Thank you very much for listening, and I wish you a nice day.